Hello there. Hello, hello. Hope you can hear me. Hope everything is alright. Hey there, Liam. How are you doing? Can see Hoko? Can see her butt. You're sleepy. It's been a while, and I feel like I'm saying this every single time when I stream, because my schedule is just so sporadic. But oh well, it's just how it is. So let me switch to over here. There we go. Now you can see me too. How you doing? So, well, first thing I want to point out real quick, because it might confuse somebody. If you look at where my mouse is, the alert list over here, it just has my name. A couple of accounts have followed my channel, although I have not been streaming or even mentioning my stream, or didn't get any shoutouts or anything like that. So it just came out of nowhere, and I'm suspecting that they might be bots. The follower count did not go up, so that might be the case, and so I just overrode all of these by just having these kind of like test alerts. There, I can do it. There we go. And yeah, I just overrode everything so that it doesn't show up. If I reset the list, then the names will pop up again, but oh well. That's an annoying thing. Even though those accounts might be already deleted and everything, they're still showing up in the list, in the alert list, and I cannot remove them for whatever reason. I don't know why Streamlabs doesn't have that function of just removing alerts, but oh well. Or just at least hiding them, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so plan for this stream is going to paint something, and I have no idea how long it's gonna take. Let me take this off. I thought it's gonna be cold, and then right the moment when I start streaming I get hot again, because of course that's just how it works. Let's put it over there. So for anybody who doesn't know about it, on my Discord server, which is free to join for anybody, I have so-called art prompts going on. So I put out a prompt for everybody every 2 weeks, and you can do whatever you want with that prompt. Just do some little sketch, or like a full painting, or you do a little sculpture, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a incentive for you, a little push to be creative. That's all there is to it. And the current, also my screen has been in front of the camera apparently. The current art prompt is peeking through the eye of the storm. Peeking through the eye of the storm. You can kind of see the cloud theming, which is what I'm painting the whole time for several months at this point. And also the eye theming, because I recently released a video about eye strain. You know, eye strain that you normally get through like looking at screens for too long, or driving a car for too long, or something like that, you know. And I went into great detail in where is eye strain coming from, what are the symptoms, and what can you do against it, and blah blah blah, and read so many articles and so many papers about it, just to make sure that what I'm saying is actually correct, so I hope I did a good job. Yeah, so that got released last week, and yeah, I was thinking like maybe let's make it eye themed, although it's kind of like vague, very vaguely eye themed, but oh well. And I have an idea of what I want to paint. So the eye of a storm normally refers to, you know, the eye of like a hurricane storm. You know, the little, not the little, very huge actually. Those huge cloud formations that are like twirling around, and I'm trying to find. There we go. Let's show this again. So what you can see right now is my reference picture collection that I've been gathering over the past couple of months. All sorts of cloud pictures. So different types of clouds over here, and over here you have them from like different perspectives and different day of time of days. I also can't talk, which is not new. So a wide variety, so I'm able to have like references for all sorts of different situations, and they have been a huge help. And lately I've been also adding hurricanes, which are kind of like special clouds, as if you could like call them that. They're like more like cloud formations. Hey there, Scantus, how you doing? And they're intimidating ones at that too. I'm probably going to mention hurricanes too in the cloud tutorial, but I won't go into detail for them because they are so huge and so fascinating by themselves that I think I'm gonna do a separate video about them, because I think they deserve it. Also, to like a lot of these clouds actually deserve their own tutorials. For example, cumulonimbus clouds or cirrostratus clouds are also interesting with that halo. But the thing is, nobody's looking for those particular clouds. Like, how many people know what a cumulus cloud is, what a stratus cloud is, what a cumulonimbus is, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so only a few people would actively search for those kind of clouds on YouTube, and they would just go under. Whereas if it's just like clouds, how to draw clouds, that's, and just gonna pack everything into that, and yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be a huge video for sure. But yeah, now hurricane clouds are more clouds. I don't even know what they're not just clouds. It's just like hurricanes, just hurricanes, you know. A lot of people know about them, of course, so there is a much higher chance that people might actually seek those out in particular, like how to draw a hurricane or something like that. It's less likely than just clouds, but you know, if I already know how to paint clouds, then making a tutorial about those is gonna be pretty easy. I just have to paint a few pictures with these hurricanes from different perspectives and stuff, and yeah, but that's my idea. So I'm just gonna paint this current picture that I want to do, just to have a little example for what's gonna be in the hurricane tutorial, which is going to have way more paintings. Doing well, how are you? Well, glad to hear that, and I'm doing alright. A little bit tired because I've been already very active the whole day. Been getting a lot of chores done, but yeah. So, yeah, that's gonna be the idea. I'm probably gonna look for more pictures for hurricanes. This is just what I found real quick. And yeah. So my idea is, I'm going to choose a point of view from like inside the eye, or like right below it, like you can see over here. And there are only a few pictures that I found, because apparently there are not that many pictures of the eye of a hurricane storm just from right below it. There are actually more of these kind of pictures where they're taking them from inside of these airplanes as they are flying right inside of these eyes. But not, like I suspect that most of them are not actually complete holes, because if you can look at those pictures, those satellite pictures, you see that there are also a lot of clouds inside. It's like more like a dent than an actual complete hole, that is. At least it seems like it. Here, I see. Also, by the way, they look really fascinating, like these pictures, for example. It's like, I don't know, it's like a sheet, and then you look through the actual, then you can see the actual Earth with its normal weather, like the normal clouds over here. And it's just a sheep, not a sheep. I guess it looks like a sheep. A sheet of clouds just pulled over it. Really fascinating. I'm also gonna look forward to make a tutorial about hurricanes, because they seem to be very fascinating. I don't know much about them yet because I haven't done the research for them. I would probably only gonna do it when it's time to make the tutorial about them, but yeah, very fascinating and very, very powerful. Like if you look at the size of them, it's just incredible. And if you pay attention to the news, they can be very devastating too. But yeah, anyways, let's hide this again. So let me set everything up. So I don't remember if I already was done with the music playlist the last time when I streamed. But yeah, I'm done. So I looked through like the vast majority of all the songs on OC Remix, and I gathered a bunch of songs together. And so currently the playlist that I'm playing, my energetic playlist, has 184 songs in it with over 11 hours. So that's plenty of songs. I also have a chill stream music list, which is also 123 songs, completely separate songs, and all of that is over 7 hours long. Sorry, there was a burp, surprise burp. So yeah, that is a lot of music. So there is going to be a lot of mix-up, and it's never going to be repetitive. And that was mostly what I wanted. Because before that, I kind of like listen to the same songs over and over again every single stream. Sometimes they even repeated themselves during one stream, and it's just kind of, it gets boring even though the songs were pretty cool, but you know, you want to have variety, and now I have variety. And it's a lot of really cool video game remixes too, so love that. Okay, so let's not talk all that much because it's not that interesting. Let's make a sketch. So now, as I said, I want to have the angle from below the eye. So we're not gonna look straight forward like this. Not forward, I mean upwards. Like this would be a bit too much. It's gonna be from an angle. Just part of it. I'm just trying to just figure out the composition, the general composition. Still want to make sure that it's obvious enough that it's supposed to be like the eye of a storm. Like it's supposed to be like this hole in this cloud sheet. There should be still plenty of roundness, because if I would just make it kind of like flat or like very flat, it's not obvious enough. It just looks kind of like a wall. So and then my idea is, now here comes the peeking part of the prompt. It's just gonna have this little head peeking out, peeking through the hole, and it's a big kitty. And how exactly I'm gonna draw the kitty, I don't know yet. So it's just gonna be this sketch at this point. It's kind of spooky right now, but I'm not adding any details right now. I just want to establish the general composition. So I want this picture to be rather quickly done. I don't want to spend all that much time on it. Because first of all, hurricanes are not gonna be that relevant in my general cloud tutorial, as I said before. I'm gonna put more effort into it once I'm actually preparing the hurricane tutorial. Right now it's just gonna be a quick painting. I'm not exactly sure how long it's gonna be, how long it's gonna take. Let's also have a couple of like stray clouds coming from the side over here, like smaller ones, just to fill out this empty space a little bit. What I've been noticing too is about myself and my drawing style is that I'm always trying to fill out empty space, because I always feel like there needs to be something. There needs to be something over there, and well, that is not the case. That is not necessary. And actually, often at times it's actually better to leave out space completely empty for composition sakes. So I kind of have to train myself to not overdo it. And that's the thing, I tend to overdo it. It's just... So I also want this to be a black cat. So there will be a lot of shading here, of course. I guess the nose also wouldn't be visible. I can erase it too. I think it should be hidden a little bit more by the clouds. It's just really like just right across the edge. It's just gonna take right across it. Not showing too much. And it's gonna be a very simple shape. Not gonna overdo it. And then the idea is that the sun is going to be right behind it, so there will be this strong glow around the cat, kind of like as if the cat itself is glowing, and it's gonna look really flashy and kind of intimidating, godlike even, you could say. I cannot really illustrate it with the sketch right now, but yeah. It's gonna have these fuzzy edges. At least that is the idea. How well I'm gonna be able to execute my idea, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not so sure if I should make the picture wider or not. Let's try it. Just gonna do this real quick. Let's erase this here. Extend this curve. I think, yeah, it should be a bit wider, just to kind of like give an even better sense of how huge that cat is. Oh, Okay, let me do another sketch, because I might actually want to have a picture that is also from the ground, like that's also showing the ground itself. There might be like a little house. Wait, actually, let me just show the ground on one side. It's like, I don't know, like a little house or something, like super tiny. And there's gonna be just cloud, 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 and then you see the Eye of the Storm, which is huge. Not exactly sure how I should do the curvature. Some trees or something that are also really bent because it's very windy. There probably wouldn't be any smoke or something. And then there's gonna be the cat. I don't know if I should add some paws, kind of like even more emphasize that it's like kind of like peeking through. I mean, it doesn't make sense, of course it doesn't make sense, but that a cat would like have the paws on the clouds, but it doesn't make sense to begin with, so I can just do whatever I want. So why am I even worrying about that? Maybe like, oops, that's the wrong. Kind of like looking down. And there is maybe like a little person. Oh my god! Ah! Well, it doesn't necessarily need a person, it's just enough if it looks like it's a house or something. But yeah, if a huge cat like that looking at you like this, then it might be in danger. You might become its plaything, just saying. It's gonna be shiny and everything. It's a black cat. I think I like this kind of layout a bit more. Just have to be careful that I don't overdo it with the details down here. Especially with the house. The house is supposed to be very simple. And just one house. Just one house. I have to tell that to myself. Because I don't want to have a whole town or something like that that has lots of tiny little details. Which are also very geometric. So it's not just easily painted down, but it has to be right, you know? No. None of that. Also not too many trees or something, like maybe a few here and there. But that's about it. And then the clouds. Also not gonna put too much detail into the clouds themselves. Gonna make them very huge details, which is going to make them a bit cartoony looking, but that's fine. Not going to try to go for a realistic style or anything. So this kind of like cloud wall is stretching over the whole sky, like the whole lower sky. There's not gonna be like a line where it stops, it's just gonna stretch over the whole thing. It's just clouds. With that being said, there probably wouldn't be any mountains visible, right? None in the distance. I'm also gonna raise those. There's gonna be a bit of irregularity on the ground, it's not just completely straight. But that's about it. Pretty crazy looking. Yeah, I think it's better than this one here. This one is just... You don't really have a good scale for how huge the cat is, and it's just... There's not enough context for those clouds to be supposed to be part of a hurricane. Whereas this one here is a bit more clear on that, and it's just... Makes it even more intimidating if you have the comparison in scale to this little house. And maybe a little dude, but I'm probably just gonna show the house itself. Hey Lucid, how you doing? Glad to see you here. Just have been doing the sketch for what I want to paint, and I'm pretty happy with the idea. Well, of course, it's just completely wonky, but oh well, it's fine. It looks like a mode of Eclipse. Yeah, it looks like the little Totoro hurricane cat. Yeah. I'm not even sure how I came up with this idea, and that is kind of the thing for a lot of ideas that I have. I'm not even sure why I thought of it. It just came to my mind, and then just, okay, that seems like a silly idea, let's do it. Yeah, anyways. How's it going on your side? What have you been up to? Are you already very excited about your birthday? Hoko is sleeping. He's stretched out and sleeping. I had an idea for this prompt, one that I have the skills to go through with. Oh, okay, interesting. Would love to see it. I was kind of unsure if, like, I don't know, if the prompts are actually good prompts, as in they give people ideas and are interesting enough. So I wasn't all too sure about this one. If you say that you have an idea, then I'm glad to hear that. Or read that is. I had this idea in the back of my head for quite a while. Oh, okay, interesting. It's a simply rainy landscape, but with a hole in the dark clouds letting some light shine through. That sounds lovely. Sounds very romantic. So, I think the sketch is done. I just gonna leave it like that. I mean, of course, the proportions of this little cartoony cat are just completely off. But it's just a sketch. I don't have to waste all that much time in for fixing that. Just gonna go right in there. So, several layers as always. Let's have a different setting. And just gonna prepare the layers real quick. So we have the sky, we have the clouds, we have the ground, the cat. Sunshine. That's enough for now. I will make the rest of the layers as I go. So, the sky color is gonna be very simple, just a blue sky. Well, not quite actually. Looking forward to your birthday as well? That's good to hear. I'm definitely looking forward to it too. I'm planning on being there on your birthday stream the majority of the time, if not the whole time, if possible. So yeah. And of course, I gotta be there for the reveal. discovered a new place in the city that does boba tea, so I might pay them a visit. Oh, nice. I've been wanting to try boba tea for quite a while because, you know, everybody talks about it, it's a huge trend, so I also want to find out. But yeah, I haven't really gone out and searched for any places that offer some. I'm sure there are some here in Vienna. I would be very surprised if there aren't. Just, yeah, gotta find them, that is. So, is this gonna be... Before or after you find a nice sushi place. Good luck with that. I find it kind of like hit or miss with sushi, to be honest. If I like sushi, then it's gotta be good. That's what I'm trying to say. Otherwise it's just kind of boring. To me. And once, about 2 years ago, it was actually pretty nice. Expensive though, yeah. Yeah, I also heard that it's not the cheapest kind of beverage. So I'm probably not gonna drink it on a regular basis. But just to try it out once at least. We'll see. So, I'm probably not gonna keep those colors, it's just kind of weird. I don't know. What can I do with this? Let's see if I can do some color changes. I don't have to do this right now, but I still would like to do some. Don't curve. I mean, supermarket sushi had its place, but they wouldn't have it all the time. Yeah, something like supermarket sushi or something like that is just not for me. But if you can enjoy it, then good for you. Was not expecting that nostalgia hit. Oh yeah, there is a lot of retro music in there, I can tell you. Because OC Remix is just mostly retro music. Activated a neuron. Well, you got the title and everything over there, so if you want to listen to it again, it's easy to find. Oh yeah, speaking of, I also noticed that three of my stream VODs have been copyright claimed. Which shouldn't happen because all of the songs that I'm using should be free to use on streams. And I checked it out, and lo and behold, what was it exactly? What was the exact name? So, let's see. Copyright claim. I still have them on here. I removed most of them, but left some at least. Just to see, because I also sent, well, I should repeat it first. Copyright owner, so copyright claim dude is Merlin Idol Distribution on behalf of Brave Wave Productions, which has nothing to do with the song that has been claimed, which is an OC remix available on the OC remix website, and the artist also has nothing to do with them. Two artists actually, of which I have several songs in my playlist, but only those particular songs have been claimed and not the others, so it sounds like a fraud, like and yeah, the fact that it says Merlin gives you a very good hint. I'm still baffled that it's still happening. It has been, like, these reports about Merlin in particular and like these kind of copyright claims have been going on for years, for many years at this point. And the fact that it's still happening. I wrote an email to OC Remix and informed them that 2 of their songs are getting claimed. I don't earn anything through my my VOD. My VOD channel is way too small to be partnered. So it doesn't really matter to me. I don't want them, like those fraud trolls, whatever they are, to earn money through my videos. That's more about that. And yeah. And also OC Remix is cool, and I don't want them to get into trouble or anything like that. So I informed them. They haven't answered. Maybe they know about it already and it's just getting those kind of information at large. The copyright claims that I left haven't really changed. Conveniently though, YouTube is offering the tool to just mute the song and just the song itself. So I can just do that and just take care of it easily. I just put out the songs from my playlist, of which there were only 2, so I just removed 2 songs, not that big of a deal, and just be done with it. I could dispute it and say, hey, this is actually not theirs, but then who knows where it's going, and then I myself might actually get into trouble because maybe the dispute is failing, and then the claim turns into a strike or something like that. I don't freaking know. I don't want to deal with it. It's just, if it would be my own music, then it would be a different story, but that's not the case. You also get those kind of claims. Yeah, everybody gets them. It's ridiculous. Yeah, on YouTube and on Twitch, no problems at all. At least not that I know of. I haven't really checked, but shouldn't be anything. Doesn't Twitch have like its own kind of thing for this stuff? Yeah, copyright claims manager. Conveniently it has that sort of thing, and there's 0. Yeah, so on Twitch I don't have any of that. It's a much more widespread problem on YouTube than on Twitch. So I'm just gonna leave this guy as it is. It doesn't really matter all that much right now. I'm gonna adjust the colors later. Just want to have some color over there. Let's have some cloud. also change the background color to something else, just so they have something contrast. I got one like for stream beats. I used the dispute function for YouTube and eventually got it sorted out. Looking through it now, there is one claim on a Hollow Knight mod. Okay. On a Hollow Knight mod, so... Okay. Was it actually Hollow Knight music, or was it like during your breaks or something like that? Claims actually 3 seconds. Compromise of Hornet yelling in something and missing. Alright, in the Scottish accent. Okay. That is very weird. Maybe you saying alright kind of like made it sound like it was part of a song? What? It is on Twitch, right? I'm not even sure if you like upload your stuff on YouTube too, or they know I'm not truly Scottish. Oh no, they know. The act's up. Ah, damn it. Well. So these are just gonna be the base colors, just to have some cloud shapes going on over here. I'm just gonna have the ground. It's gonna be very simple, maybe kind of like a bluish color and very dark. This also can be changed later. Yeah, you also said that you wanted to make this Minecraft skin for the first prompt. Did you start it actually, or did you just simply not have enough time to get it started? So, should I also do the cat? Yeah, cat is below the cloud layer. It's gonna be purely black. Well, I might not actually go with pure black. Oh, so just gonna put down the colors, the basic colors at first, and then I will establish the actual shape later. Because the first thing that I want to work on is the clouds. just to start with something that is familiar to me, and then we'll see. It's very intimidating without the face. Alright, let's get to the class. I was just asking about your idea for the first art prompt, which was supposed to be some Minecraft skin. Maybe you just didn't have the time, or if you actually started it at some point. I was just curious about it. Cowabunga, my dude. Got the basic features down, then sort of blank. Oh, okay. Couldn't figure out how to nicely incorporate the crystal vibe into it. I see. I wish I could help you a little bit with that, but firstly, I'm not too familiar with drawing kind of like crystal-like textures. I'm also struggling with that quite often. And I know basically nothing about pixel art or like Minecraft skins, so... Well, but it's just how it goes. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out, and you just move on and go. You try it and you learn something from it, most likely. But then you decide to pursue something else. Well, maybe that idea will come back later in a different form, in a different way. And now that I played this song in particular in the during the beginning of the stream, so this is actually an repeat. Might wanna look into the settings later. Not that it really matters all that much, but still. I think I'm gonna make the sky actually just blue and just have the sun right behind it. The sun wouldn't really be low enough to change the sky color like that also, so just wanna change it. Let's leave it just this blue color for now. Now thinking about it, maybe I should actually explore a different style. Thinking about it. Because so far most of my paintings have been kind of like this painterly style. So how about I just have this kind of like comic-like style. So basically these flat colors as I have them right now. Of course with more like better drawn shapes and stuff, but mostly that's gonna be it. I don't know. Well, it's time for a break, so let's maybe think about it during the break. Kitty break. Over here. Turn this around so I can chat. But not block the camera, that looks good. Just gonna move chat over here. There we go. I'm just sleepy. Also, got my tea. I always forget it. Some tea. Okay. Lots of Link's Awakening music. Which is fine, I love the game. I love Link's Awakening, so I'm not complaining. I also should probably inform everybody why I haven't been streaming the whole time. It's been like a combination of different reasons. Firstly, I haven't really just been in the kind of state for streaming for quite a while. I just was really stressed out with my projects, which is kind of my own fault, because I've been just overdoing it with huge projects that have been going on at the same time. And I'm the kind of guy who, if I have a project going on, I want to finish it before I move on to something else. And if I already started something and invested a couple of hours into it, I want to see it through. And there was a problem with my painting for the first prompt. It just had way too many details, and I just really overdid it. I should have gone with a simpler style, but of course I went with the kind of realistic style, which takes a crap ton of time to establish. And you know, it's a learning process, so in the future I'm less likely to do the same mistake, but it's just... oh my god. So that took me weeks. It took me weeks of non-stop work just to get this one painting done. Well, it's a combination of two paintings, but still. Still a bit clear. Well, I'm glad. I mean, you haven't seen the finished version yet. I can show it a bit later. It's pretty much finished at this point, even though I'm still unsure about it and I'm still not quite satisfied. This is also the problem. If you put a lot of work and a lot of time into a project, it will be even harder to feel satisfied with it once you're done, or like quote unquote done, because you feel like it should look better for how much time you put into it. You know what I mean? If it look like, if you have a similar looking result and done in way less time, then you're gonna feel, okay, great, I only drew that for 5 hours or so and it looks great. Wonderful. But I invested, or I don't even freaking know how many dozens of hours I put into it. But yeah, I just feel like it should be better. It just should be better. I put so much time into it, and it's really detailed and everything, and it's super high resolution, so you can take a really close look and it still looks fine. But I don't know. I don't even know. But well, oh well. It's done, and I'm done with it. Also, at the same time, I had the video editing work and video preparations going for the Ice Train video, which also took me a while, and the editing took me way longer than I expected, because I just put so many materials into it, so many pictures and videos. I filmed myself quite a lot in order to have this kind of like little examples and little skits, you could call them. And I also put a lot of animations into it, just to kind of like better illustrate things that I'm trying to explain. And so there was a lot of video editing. But that's fine. Oh, thank you, Lucid. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I tried a lot of new things with that video, in terms of like video making in general. So it feels less like a presentation and more like, I don't know, like some educational, almost documentary kind of thing. I don't even know. I've been inspired by other YouTubers and how they make videos, come on. I think that's probably hot. Hot. Wanna? Ooh, now you can get back down there. Up. I'm sitting on my chair. Come, get over here. There we go. Well, I still need to cut it. So. Hop on. Look at that. Woohoo. Wow. Kitty wow. You wanna have? Oh, you wanna have? Oh, meow meow. Blah, 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 blah. What even is this one? I think this is supposed to be chicken. Can't read it because it's kind of like cut off. Yeah, that's how much of the text I have. Oh well. Oh, 1.5. Oh, wait. Nobody can see you. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, it took me quite a while to get back to streaming again because I just wanted to get these things done. I just wanted to be done with that painting and with the ice train video, and then I was finally able to focus on other things again. Streaming myself how I paint on that one painting. I also didn't want to do that because I was already very frustrated with the painting, and I don't want to stream when painting something that I'm kind of frustrated with, if you know what I mean. I want to have fun with it, and I want to convey that and not be like stressed out in front of the camera or something like that. That's the thing. I can still make videos. I still made the video about Ice Train and all that stuff. I was still able to do that. But it's different from making videos and streaming. Those are different things, because if I just film myself for a video, I can just act it out. Even if I feel not like, I just don't feel like it and I'm kind of stressed, I can still act as if nothing is going on. And I'm just, hey, here, I'm going to explain you this and this and this, blah blah blah. But it's so much harder while you're live. You don't have these takes, you cannot cut things out. And that's why I just really want to be in the correct mood when I stream. And then that just means sometimes I'm not gonna stream for over a month. That's just how it is. I'm not taking streaming all that seriously anyways. Here we alright. See you later. Not taking it all that serious anyways. So it doesn't really matter all that much. Don't just lick it. Ugh. Love it when you stand like that. I'm making it hard for her to chew it off. Cats can really chew with their incisors because they're just so teeny tiny. I don't even exactly know what the purpose of these incisors are because they're so tiny. They can't even hold anything with them. It's just mainly the canines. The big teeth that they can work with, at least for hunting. But then chewing something off is only the molars. So if I hold it low enough, then she can just get at it with the molars and chew something off. But if I hold it that high, she can't really reach it with the molars. So she has a lot of trouble chewing this off. They kind of want to play with her and like hold it up so she kind of like stands up and something, but I think it's also really frustrating for her because she just cannot chew anything off. I got these sticks for free, by the way, with an order of the regular cat food. And I gotta say, those sticks, I don't know. I'm not really that big of a fan of them because you can't really play around with the cat with those sticks all that much. Because again, you kind of have to let them chew it off. So I could just break off little pieces and then give it to them, or like make them play around. But I don't know. Also, they produce a lot of garbage. It's just these sticks, and they have all that plastic and whatnot nonsense around them. It's just... Okay. Just gonna make it easy for you. You don't lick it. Come on. That's not how you chew it up. There we go. Nom 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 nom. Come on. No. Meow, meow, meow. Doesn't move. Alright. Got anything left? Last little piece. Go, pull it out. Huh? No. It's up here. Come on. I'll let you put and pull it out. I'm not holding it. Just okay. It just dropped. That also works. Now we're done. Was it yummy? Was it yum yum? You happy, kitty? You happy? Lying back down. Showing everybody your back again. Not your beautiful face. You know. Alright, shall we get back to it? Was this is good enough. Okay. All right then. So yeah, I think I wanna go for a more simplistic, kind of like cartoon style, which I'm not all too familiar with, to be honest. So we'll see how it will go. I can switch it at any point and make it more painterly again. So it's not that big of a deal. So right now I just want to put down the base colors just to establish the general shapes. And then I will do some detail work. So yeah, in front of the cat it of course should be more shady because the cat is blocking the sunlight. Also, that notice, look at it. The shadow, the cast shadow by the cat itself, kind of can establish how the clouds are layered, just depending on what kind of direction I go with the shadow. Like I'm here going into kind of at an angle, so it kind of shows that. Like if you would have like a cross section of this wall here, it wouldn't just go straight down, but would have an angle like this here. I think that looks cool. And if you looked at the satellite pictures that I showed before, it kind of showed you that it just isn't straight down. So yeah. Okay, I also have to go BRB real quick because I need to go to the toilet all of a sudden. So yeah. Alright. Back again. Sorry about that. You're also back. Perfect timing. Okay. So another thing that I want to talk about is I moved my piano. I know, big news. I can kind of show it to you, I guess. So those are my pants. The piano has been over here. Like this here is my desk. You can see the little thing here. My piano has been across the room like this, and now if you see this X here, like this here is the piano, and it's like right. I can move the camera here. The piano is right below the desk. So it is blocking me from lowering my desk, and I would have to move it every single time when I want to do so. But that's the inconvenient part. But I'm very rarely lowering my desk. It's mostly just at the standing height. I don't really sit in front of my desk anymore. When I want to sit, I just do so on my sofa and take a break. So I was saying, okay, why not just put the piano under the desk, and not only do I save some space over here at the side, but also when I play some music, or like I want to compose something, I can just have the piano right here in front of the PC, and it's so much more convenient. And why I'm saying all of this is really not that interesting, I know, I understand. Well, I've been itching to make music for quite a while at this point. Basically all year I've been wanting to make some new music. But, you know, I need to focus on other projects, and music is just not something that I can focus on all too much. But I've been having this idea of making music videos. So now that I also think of it, I should have started the time lapse for this painting right now. Forgot about it. Now it's too late. But those time lapse recordings that I do have, and where I did not forget to make them. Well, you know what? I'm actually gonna put this into my to-do list right now. I'm interrupting everything and putting this right now into my list, for my to-do list for stream preparations. I go through this list every single time before I start up the stream, to make sure that everything is prepared. The lights are on, camera is on, kitty cam is set up, and so on and so forth. It's a long list actually. But well, so how does this app work again? Oh wait, there we go. So I'm gonna my phone is getting really slow, I have to say. It's ridiculous. It's not the newest anymore. Still from 2014. So I'm gonna add a new item. Start time lapse. You don't know time lapse, okay. time lapse. Back. So, this is gonna be part of my stream preparations now. It's not gonna be necessary every single time, because not always am I gonna make a painting that requires a time-lapse recording, or it might already be going. But okay. But this way I'm less likely to forget about it, because especially while I'm streaming, I really tend to forget about it. Because I'm distracted with so many other things. Okay, to explain. So Clip Studio Paint pretty recently got this time-lapse function, which is just basically, in addition to the normal project data, in the save file, it also adds the time-lapse data, which is just basically, you could imagine a compressed screenshot, or like it records every single change you did for the whole project while the time-lapse recording was going. So if I make one stroke with a pen, then it's gonna add this for one additional frame. This one frame is just this one change, and it does that for every single one. Like this here is one frame, another frame over here because I lifted the pen, and so on and so forth. And then it puts all of that into the save file, which can get huge if you have a lot. For example, with the Magic and Technology art prompt painting, I also did a time-lapse for it, and I didn't forget about it in that case. And the file is immense. Let me look it up actually. Okay, the file size for the first art prompt painting about Magic and Technology, and combining those two, it's over 13 gigabytes. That's how huge it is right now. Because not only has it a really large resolution and like over 100 of different layers, also overdid it in that regard, but also I recorded the time-lapse for it the whole time. So yeah, 13 gigabytes. So every single time when I saved the file, it took like several minutes to finish the saving. It's just ridiculous. It was a thing. It was a thing. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I can show you how it looks like. And I'm gonna show it to you by actually showing you an exported version and not the project itself, because it will probably take a long time to load. So where do I have it? Here, JPEG. There we go. This is the finished version, or at least what I deem currently finished. I will take a very last look at it at some point before I finally will upload this and everything. But yeah, this is how it looks like right now. Let me zoom so that you can actually look at it. Its full form. Yeah, so it's ridiculously detailed. Like here, I zoom in all the way and it's still detailed enough so that it doesn't look like crap. over here, over here. See the little penguins flying around in the background, very sparkly. Lots of details, pretty much everywhere. And the pipes, oh god, the pipes, they took me especially shit ton of time. Because I had to have these reflections, these realistic looking reflections on every single one. And that was a mistake. My god. But yeah. I'm not 100% satisfied with it, but I'm comfortable enough at this point to call it done and move on. There we go. Go away, please. So why am I telling you all of this? Well, I'm gonna use those time lapses. Thank you, Lucid. I'm gonna use them and make some very simple videos out of them. Now, just having the time lapse by themselves is kind of boring to watch. Even if it's a really cool looking painting and everything, it's not gonna be the most exciting to watch. That's just how it is. So, I kind of like want to combine it and make music videos out of those time-lapse videos. So in addition, so it's just gonna be the background music, and background music is there anyways, but I want to make music tracks specifically for those time-lapse videos. And kind of like let myself also inspired by those paintings and make music for those, inspired by those paintings. And yeah, I'm gonna have that, so the music is playing while this time-lapse is going on. Here and there I might have some notes in order to explain what I've been doing and what the process was, but there's not gonna be any voice parts. I'm not gonna narrate it. It's just gonna be the time-lapse and the music, and that's pretty much most of it. In addition to it though, I could maybe, you know, in some of those music videos they have these kind of like visualizers that, you know, visualize the music, that is. You have the waveform bumping up and down. I could maybe combine it, like put some little feature into those time-lapse videos. Like for example, I could like have those waveforms bump up and down at the edge of the time-lapse, like it's a bit smaller, and then have a bit of room for those waveforms. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it at this point, but I have some ideas. And I would love to do it, and it would be, or it should be at least, way less effort. Like it should be like a low effort, easy to make kind of video, so they have something in between the tutorials. And after I'm done with the cloud tutorial, I want to mostly focus on tutorials, on drawing tutorials again. Because I feel like doing the other kinds of videos doesn't really get me anywhere. At least the data is not really showing it. I've been trying, it has been a lot of experiments and so on and so forth, and I've been trying a lot of different kinds of videos. But yeah, pretty much all of them are not going anywhere. So yeah, just need to change my strategy again. And so yeah, I'm just gonna mostly focus on drawing tutorials at this point. And I really should make sure that I have a couple of like quicker to make tutorials, and not just have all of these tutorials take as long as the current one takes about clouds, which has been like going on for several months at this point. And here and there I mix in these time-lapse videos, which are easy to make, just so that people don't forget that my channel exists. At least that. And those time-lapse videos, like time-lapse/music videos, are also not gonna get anywhere. They're not gonna get trending or anything like that. And people are not gonna actively seek out those kind of videos. You're not gonna get a huge amount of YouTube search results and suggestions and whatnot. But that's fine. Because also the music that I'm gonna make, I can still use it later. And that's the additional convenient part of it. I already have the paintings, I already have the time-lapse recordings. It's not a huge amount of effort to put that in a video. It's really not that big of a deal. It's barely any effort. The effort would be in making the music. That would take a while, although I'm gonna make sure that the music is not gonna be super complicated. That's also what I'm trying to learn, is make simple music. Especially for me, who is not a professional in making music, it's really important to remind myself of that, and not try to make it super fancy with all sorts of key changes and chord progressions and whatnot. No, just have a simple beat going on, only a few instruments, a nice sounding melody, and just go with that. Just go with that. That's already plenty. And it doesn't take... Nah. Right. My voice. I definitely noticed that I haven't really been talking for way too long. my voice is not in its best shape. I don't know. Where was I? Yeah, making simple music. So do not overdo it. And in order to make good sounding music, it doesn't really take all that much actually. Which, I mean, if you listen to a lot of popular music that's like up in the charts, a lot of times the music is not that impressive. Gonna be honest with you, it really isn't. Especially the instrumental part of it, you know. So yeah. Of course, if you're more skilled at making music, then you can also make some fancier stuff, but especially as an amateur like me, if I try to be fancy, I actually make it worse. That's the thing. Because I don't know what I'm doing. So I have all of these instruments going on with all sorts of different melodies and whatnot, and they just don't work right with each other. They just don't do it because they just make it too complex, and making them all work with each other gets more and more difficult. Well, if you just have a few instruments, like maybe 2 or 3. And very simple melodies, you don't get fancy with key changes and anything. And it's pretty simple, and it's not that complicated to make something sound decent. If you have a sense for what sounds decent, what not, that is. Which I'm not so sure if I have a good sense of that, but at least I would say I'm not super terrible with it. I don't know. So yeah, I want to make more music, and then that music that I have, that I made, I can reuse it and put it into future videos. And that's the nice thing. This way I'm expanding also my own music library for my own videos. And who knows, maybe, I don't know, I make a Bandcamp website and a Bandcamp page and just put my music over there, and people can just pay whatever they want in order to get that music. I don't know who would be interested in it, but I don't freaking know. Who knows what I would be able to do with it. So yeah, that has been my thoughts. And we'll see how it will go. So right now I'm just, as I said before, I'm just putting down the basic colors, and I'm kind of like looking back and forth, because in the corner I have like a tiny preview picture of the entire project. So I'm always keep on looking on that, and looking at this tiny picture, this tiny version. You have a much better sense of the overall composition and the overall colors, how they are working with each other. The more zoomed in you are, the less you are aware of how your painting looks like in total, like in its whole. Like if I'm really zoomed in like here, I don't really know how this section of this painting influences how the rest of the painting looks like. And that might not make a lot of sense right now what I'm saying, but it does, it really does. If you know, every single part of the painting has to work with the rest of the painting, this in terms of contrast and color composition and so on and so forth. And if you just focus on one tiny little part of the painting and completely forget about the rest, then once you zoomed out, it might look horrible. It just might not just not work with each other. So that's what I'm trying to keep on reminding myself of, is to look at the total picture, the entire picture. And that's the best way you can do it, is just to have a tiny version of it. I just saw it. Well, this is mostly applicable for digital art, of course, but if you're working with traditional media, then you cannot really zoom in. I mean, you can look at it really closely, I suppose, but most of the time you just have to entire picture in front of you anyways. In that case, what you could do is just every now and then you just take a few steps backwards and then look at it as a whole. Especially if you have a large canvas going on or something like that, then that would be a good idea to do that every now and then. Yeah, yeah. Oh, boo boo. What are you doing over here, huh? Kitty. So fluffy. No, you're in cuddle mode, huh? Oh, moving the camera. Okay. Oh. I can't take a kitty break quite yet, Coco. I haven't really been doing a lot of painting. I need to do a little bit more progress, okay? Okay. Those trumpets surprised me just now, dude. Did not expect them. Sonic. Of course it was Sonic. God damn it. It's my favorite Sonic song though. I also just really love that I was able to find so many different genres of music. It's not just metal or just synthwave or something like that. It's just such a wild mix of different genres. And I love that. I love the variety. And love just not knowing what to expect for the next song to play. And the thing is also, a lot of these OC remix artists, they are also like they also experiment quite a lot and combine various different genres with each other and different instruments that you normally don't really hear together, and that's also what makes it kind of like very cool. That's also the good thing of listening to the music through the website and not on the YouTube page or something like that, because then I don't have any numbers of how many people have listened to this song and how it's rated or anything. There are none of these numbers. It's just the music itself and like what game it's covering and so on and so forth, and that's it. So you're often gonna listen to music that is just not really that popular. But this way you also find a lot of hidden gems. And that's also really cool. Of course, it takes a lot of effort in order to go through all of these songs, because there are thousands. There are thousands. But the also nice thing of having this playlist right now is I can just give it to others. If somebody else is interested in it and they're streaming, I can just give it to them. If somebody asks, yeah, just there you go, have it. Because it's available for free anyways. I just gotta make sure to credit the original artists and say it is OC remixes and or whatever it is. But other than that, you're free to use it. So I'm also free to just give it to others, as long as they are making sure that the artists are getting credited. So I'm pretty happy with the overall color composition right now. So let's zoom in and do a bit more detail work. And let's shape it so it looks a bit better. Let's maybe do it like this. I'm gonna erase the bright color because it's gonna be easier to just draw it later on. They're just supposed to be reflections at the edges. Trying to paint around them is a bit more of a hassle than just editing them later. And there we go. Also, in order to make these shapes a bit more interesting in this kind of like comic-like style, one thing to keep in mind would be to not make it just all perfectly round looking, like so. Just have these circular shapes all the time, but kind of like bend them in a certain way. Like this here is kind of like bent backwards. And this can add a bit, not only a bit more variety to the shapes, but a bit like make it a bit more dynamic looking and add movement to it. Like there's some kind of wind blowing. I'm also looking, switching back and forth between two different modes for the layer, where I lock the pixels and unlock them. So when I lock them, I cannot draw outside of what is already painted. Like this blue here is actually transparent for this layer, because I only have the clouds on this layer. So I cannot draw on transparent. And that is very convenient for me to, for example, paint these shadows at the bottom, and I don't want to change the shape of the bottom. Or later on when I want to, you know, draw some highlights over here, then I can easily do that while I have them locked. I don't have to worry about changing the shape of the cloud again. Now I could also do that with several layers at once, but then the thing is, if I have several layers, like imagine I have a layer for every single color, every single isolated color. Here this bright one, the bit darker, and then the shadowy colors. I would have to switch between the layers every single time when I want to paint a different color. Whereas when I have everything on one layer, all I have to do is just pick out the color. Here, you see this pick, what's it called again? Like in eyedropper. Yeah, the eyedropper tool. I just pick out the tool itself and then get right to painting. Don't have to switch layers and like have to look, okay, which layer is it now that I want to work on, and oh, that's the wrong one, and no, just pick the color, bam. When I have a darker one, bam. Or I just press a button and then have the erase thing going on, and so it's really easy, it's really quick to do. So sometimes you actually don't want to use more layers in order to keep it more simple and quicker. So you can really overdo it with the amount of layers you have, and oh boy, I also did that mistake often enough. Way too often. But yeah, how about we take another kitty break, because it's about time again. I've worked on it for about an hour once again. I should save it just to be extra sure, but what should it be named? What it should it be called? That's the question. What should the painting be called? I actually have no idea right now, other than something super obvious like big cat peeking through the clouds, or ooh, cat eyes of the storm. How about that? Cat eyes of the storm. We don't have any eyes going on right now over here, but they will be edited. Camera down again. All right. Yeah. Would you like to play a little? You seem quite active right now. Don't seem that sleepy anymore. But playing. Ooh. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Looking. Oh, it's It's gonna get away. Quick. Aha! There we go. Wow. Check over here. Right. I'm not gonna draw for that much longer. Because I'm getting quite tired at this point. My sleep schedule has been all over the place, and that is to a large part thanks to Deltarune. So, as a lot of people, I've been playing it right when it came out. And here in this time zone, that was during 2 o'clock in the middle of the night. 2 a.m. So yeah, I wanted to play it immediately. Didn't want to get spoiled on it. My sleep schedule already has been kind of messy before that, so it already I already was normally up that late, you know. But then I completely ruined it by just playing through it in one go. Chapter 2, that is. I played chapter 1 and I remembered it well enough, so I didn't really need to replay it. But yeah, I played chapter 2 that entire night until 9 in the morning for about 7 hours. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, so I just kept on going. But then, yeah, my sleep schedule was ruined, and so, I think it's like, when did it come out? I think it was Friday last week, right? So that was a week ago, and so that week in between, I just spent by trying to fix my sleep schedule. And so I basically just made the whole rotation again when I just went to bed later and later and later. So I went the whole round again around the clock, and so right now I'm back at normally going to bed during the evening. It's just how it works for me, and it's just, I shouldn't do it, I know. But yeah, that's the problem with just working by myself without any working hours and just working independently. It's just, I'm just at home all the time and I can work whenever I want. I don't have a schedule. And so, yeah, that happens a lot. I finished it, yes. I did finish it. I also really wanted to fix my sleep schedule, because this weekend there are gonna be a lot of events. Tomorrow I'm gonna meet my family, my mother and sister, and it's gonna be the first time in forever, so basically since the pandemic started. We are all fully vaccinated, and now finally we're gonna meet again. It's been long enough. I already met my sister before, like a couple of weeks before, shortly. But now we are also gonna meet our mother, who actually was vaccinated as the last person out of all three of us, which is ridiculous. I mean, for my sister it makes sense. About how long was it? You mean the chapter 2 of Deltarune? For me it was about 7 hours, if that is what you're asking. But yeah. So my sister got vaccinated at first, and that makes sense because she works at the kindergarten. And yeah, while my mother is retired and doesn't really have to go outside other than just buying groceries. So yeah, it made sense that even though my mother was more at risk, like health-wise, because she's older and other reasons, my sister, who's way younger, got vaccinated at first. Not in the mood anymore, huh? But even I got vaccinated before my mother, and I also only really have to go outside whenever I buy groceries, and I'm way younger. I'm not like, I don't have any health issues that make me more at risk. I'm pretty healthy actually, but I still got my vaccine before my mother did, and it's just kind of ridiculous. But okay, it just kind of shows like on how many vaccine doses we're sitting on right now, and barely anybody is going out and actually getting vaccinated, which is frustrating. And so they're just trying to get anybody who is just willing to get a shot. Doesn't matter how old you are at this point anymore, or if you're at risk, just freaking get vaccinated already. But that's a different story, and that's the same story in a lot of countries, unfortunately. Well, Western countries, first world countries, that is. We're still fortunate enough to have so many vaccines being done at this point. But yeah, now we're finally, all of us are finally vaccinated, and so we can meet again. Oh, that's great. But that's gonna be tomorrow. And then on Sunday, well, Lucid's birthday, so I wanna be there the whole time, of course. And maybe something else during the evening. Another plan with friends. Ah! Why did I flinch like that? Actually not scared. There we go. When you deal with cats, one thing you should learn is to just not flinch. I sometimes still do that, but you know, there's nothing to be afraid of. Most of the time, because you know, the cat also has to learn that they shouldn't bite in a serious way. If you're just gonna flinch every single time, and the cat is not gonna learn. Like Coco, she can bite me and just never like really seriously bites me. If she would do that, she could easily pierce through my skin. She would bite my finger off or anything like that, but she could injure me easily. But she doesn't do that. Because she knows. She knows what the boundaries are. She knows, and she doesn't want to hurt me, like actually hurt me. Even though I'm annoying at some points, like right now when I just poop her nose all the time. but she knows. And also, if you flinch away, like sometimes you actually hurt yourself by accident. Like especially when a cat tries to, you know, kind of like whack you. If you flinch away as she tries to, as he like tries to whack you, the nail kind of can get hooked in, and as you pull it away, you give yourself a scratch. So it's actually makes you more at risk of just flinching. Why am I saying all of this? I don't know. just for the sake of talking about something, I guess. It's not like anybody asked. I'm so annoying. Tomorrow is also going to be really exciting for Hoku, I'm pretty sure. Because it's going to be the first time in forever that I had actual visitors over here. Other than, you know, like some mechanic, like some kind of dude that fixes the internet for me or something, you know? Which isn't really a visit. They're just here for like a few minutes while and during that time Hoku is just hiding. So yeah. But tomorrow there are gonna be some actual visitors. Isn't that exciting? She's gonna be very scared. She's gonna try to hide. I'm pretty sure. Let's see if she will be able to, you know, come out and greet the visitors, or if you're just gonna hide all the time. I probably should close the door to the bedroom at that point, otherwise she's just gonna hide in the bed. That's just what she always does. Whenever there's some scary noise coming from outside, or somebody is actually coming into the apartment, or the bell is ringing. Just the bell ringing itself is super scary for her. And she immediately runs to the bed and tries to hide in there. Especially because I have a tent over my bed, which is just basically just a bunch of sticks and like put together, and a large like rectangle of fabric, and that's it. That's my tent. And then it's of course a perfect hiding spot for Hoku whenever she feels scared. Exciting indeed, yes. And then I'm also gonna show them all the things that are new in my apartment, which there are quite a lot actually. A lot of stuff has changed ever since the pandemic started. My apartment does not really look the same anymore. So yeah. Ooh. Oh, did you have there an itch? Ooh, right there. Mm-hmm. I love scratching her itchy spot so that the little princess doesn't have to do it herself. It's just so funny because then her little hind leg is moving as she's like scratching it herself, and it's just looks really cute and silly. One easy way to absolutely annoy her is try to touch her hind leg. Just me getting close to it, she's already looking like, oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it. And then touch. Oh, how dare I? Just a little touch. It's just, why must you be so annoying? Hello. You're so tired. Okay, I'll leave you be. I have been annoying enough at this point. Let's get back to work.
It's too high. All right. Most likely not going to finish this painting today. And yeah, I'm probably going to finish it off stream. But that's fine. Let's give the kitty some eyes just because. Yeah. For that, I'm actually gonna make a new layer. Okay, why am I making it difficult for me? It's just make a freaking circle, dude. Yeah. Easy. Actually, it might be a bit too much. Let's just use the circles as a base. I'm gonna change the shape because this looks a bit weird. A bit scary. Well, it's fine if it looks a bit scary, but I mostly want to look it cute. Want to look it cute? Want it to look cute. My god. Meow meow. Oh my god, this is so creepy looking. Oh dear. I also want to look at cute, yes. Don't we all? Don't we all? I don't know what to do with these shapes. Maybe I wanna... Let's delete it again. Just gonna make it easier for me and just put them in a separate layer. Make sure that's the right size. There we go. This looks so freaky. Probably also not gonna have the paws after all, because distinguishing them from the face is
I would have to use a different color, and I just want to use this kind of black color. Otherwise, you look at here, like you cannot really see that this is supposed to be a paw. Let's just forget about it. Otherwise I have to deal with like different colors and try to like highlight it and shade it, or I don't know. No, let's keep it simple. We want to have like a texture, a fur texture. So let's flip it. Star song. This is the star song. It's the star song. This is the star song. If you watch GDQ, then you know where this song comes from.
So and then the idea is going to be, let's also kind of like at least establish it to some degree. It's gonna be the only kind of gradient involved in this picture. This kind of sunshine that comes right from behind this cat, just blocking the sun. It's gonna make it look like it's glowing. Meow meow. You also wanna be glowing? You glowy cute? I also would make another layer over the cat just to glow dodge, and let's see how it's gonna look like. Wanna change the color maybe to something reddish. Maybe I should have a bit more blurriness going on. Let's do this manually. And especially here at the side, I want to have a lot of blurriness going on, because this is supposed to, you know, be the furry part, especially furry part of the cat. I'm probably gonna change it later, but right now I just wanna find out what kind of general effect I want to go for, just to have an idea of how it's gonna look at the end.
So silly.
Alright, I think that is like the general effect I want to go for. Make it it a bit brighter around it at the background too. Alright, let's work a bit more on the clouds now. And this is another example of what I should try to avoid. Is this cloud shape looks boring because it's too regular, like one bump, next bump, next bump. It's just rising, 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 and it's just looks too monotone. Not enough variety. You want some randomness to make it look more natural. Even for a more of like a cartoony style like this one.
You would think that if I have this kind of like simple looking style that it would be so much faster to paint, but it's not exactly the case. Because if it's like a very distinct look like this, where it's like very sharp edges and stuff, then the shape themselves are going to matter way more. If I make it kind of like paintery, then a lot of it's gonna be smudgy and a bit more inaccurate, and it doesn't really matter all that much. But here, I really have to think about the shapes, and it works very different. And I'm not all too familiar with this style yet, so I'm rather slow with this one. Also, probably want to have another dark color. I'm just gonna sketch this in real quick just to remind myself to add more dark color over here. Well, that's me actually. Shape it at least a little bit.
Alright. I think that's where I'm gonna call it. It's far from being finished, but we have the basic composition and the basic colors, although they might not be the final colors. And I will finish it off stream, probably. Yeah. So it's pretty silly for sure. It feels a bit too empty right now to me, as it looks right now. The ground is gonna have more details and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I need something else in the sky, and I don't know how much is gonna be enough. Maybe some kind of little birds, like right over here in this corner, maybe. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it with the clouds, because it's still supposed to look like, you know, there's a huge hole in this storm that's going on right now. But there shouldn't be any clouds in this part here. So yeah, we'll see. Some birds, and maybe the name tag is gonna be also in this corner, and that already adds a lot to the composition. That's like also a common thing for these kind of like Japanese ink washing style, where it's really minimalistic, where you just have a sheet of paper, like yeah, gonna illustrate this like really sloppily and quickly, but you'll get the point. There. Oh god, it's too large. It's gonna be freaking laggy. So there we go. It's gonna be just, I don't know, some kind of plant here in this corner. Maybe this is supposed to be a little, I don't know what I'm painting right now. And it's just some flowers, a little grass, maybe this is a little puddle. And it's very simple, it's just done with a few strokes here and there. And that's basically it. You have this kind of like minimalistic composition, and then at the end you're just gonna have like some kind of writing here in this corner, for example. Or maybe it's gonna be flipped, who knows. And then you have a little stamp. Right here. I mean, it's not gonna look like this. There it is, my name tag. It's gonna rotate it around, no big deal. And it's gonna be me maybe over here or something like that, or maybe right under the text, the writings. And there you go. It's just done. It's really minimalistic. There's a lot of empty space, but it works. And it's super easy and simple to do. And so with a painting like this, like
what's gonna be enough and what is too much? It's just really hard to decide. It already has a lot going on in this picture. Detail wise, lots of details for the clouds it is. So, I don't know. I'm gonna have to experiment around a bit. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I said that's gonna be it. It's nice to get back to streaming, although it wasn't that long of a stream. Just 3.5 hours. One of my shortest streams, but that's okay. As I said, I'm gonna probably finish this painting off stream, so I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. This weekend I'm gonna be busy with stuff. And yeah, next week, I don't know. Next week I also have some stuff going on. We'll see. Also, I'm gonna soon try practicing other types of clouds. I wanna practice more the stratus clouds. If we go back to here, my reference stuff. Go over here. Well, it's too much. Yeah. So I already am pretty much done with cumulus clouds, altocumulus, cirrocumulus. Those are pretty much the same, just different sizes and different altitudes, but they're pretty much the same. You know, see. You look at them, kind of hard to distinguish them from each other just through the pictures, alright? So I'm pretty much done with those. Let me get the microphone a bit closer. Cumulonimbus is also pretty much done. That was the last cloud type that I pretty much... I say pretty much too often. Yeah, so... Right now working on a hurricane example, although I'm not gonna go into detail in the tutorial itself. And next up I wanna do some of the stratus clouds. Which are just, you know, these big sheets of just cloud, just sheets of gray, and that's basically it. So those are ultra easy to paint. From above it's a bit more difficult, of course, because then it looks like this kind of a fluffy blanket of cloud. So that would be a bit more complicated. I might also do an example for that, maybe, I don't know. Also, during the sunset they're also a bit more complicated, because the sun at some point is just low enough to actually cast some light on these clouds. Just simply because, you know, the curvature of the earth is actually making that possible. That even though it's a flat sheet, pretty much flat sheet of cloud, it still can shine from below. And so you get this like very strong contrast, with this kind of texture that also is probably not the easiest to establish. So that is the more challenging part of those kind of stratus clouds, but for the most part they're pretty simple. Altostratus is just, they are quite thin and therefore the sun is shining through, so that is also pretty easy to illustrate. And the cirrostratus clouds is just even fainter, so it's just more of these kind of like faint strokes that kind of like blanket over the sky, and then you have this halo around it, so it's kind of rainbow around it, because it's just such a faint layer of cloud that it actually refracts, like it's thin enough to refract the light in such a way that it forms this halo, this rainbow. So yeah, that's also pretty easy to establish. There are also night versions of it. Not exactly sure what version I'm gonna go with, if it's day or the night, or if I might do both. The Nimbus Stratus are just the thick version of it. I don't know. Don't even know if that needs an extra painting. I'm not gonna paint rain, because rain is gonna be its own tutorial. So none of these clouds that I'm painting have any sort of precipitation going on right now. So yeah. And cirrus clouds are gonna be very interesting. I'm kind of like intimidated by them, to be honest, because they come just in so many different shapes. It's kind of like this kind of strokes, or these kind of wavy shapes, or just really chaotic, or just little stripes, and it's just man. Or this here looks like some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of wheat clouds. So yeah, that will be a bit more challenging, I am going to assume. Of course, sunset versions are also there. Lenticular clouds, I also want to make some examples, just because they're so interesting. Very interesting shape, and they are formed in very particular, under very particular conditions. Yeah, condensation trails is just that's gonna be really simple. It's just, I'm just gonna make a sky and have these lines of clouds. I mean, it's not that simple. You see, there is some kind of texture often going on, and the longer they are, the more like they're spreading out in the distance, and establishing these kind of effects is not super trivial. I'm going to assume they're kind of like a little bit of this pattern, kind of similar to these altocumulus clouds, or versions of it, where it's like breaking up into this kind of like wavy pattern. And you can kind of see it with these condensation trails, these contrails. So that's also interesting. And then there are a few more cloud types that I also want to include, that are even rarer than all of these. And only form under very, very particular conditions. But it would be nice examples at least. Probably I'm gonna just do one painting for each of those. Not gonna go too much into detail. But yeah, there's still a lot to be done. I'm sure I'm more than halfway done. I'm pretty sure, because also part of what takes long is just, you know, getting the practice in and getting familiar with the style and how to just paint clouds in general. Now that I'm somewhat comfortable with that, it is getting quicker and quicker to learn new types of clouds. There's that. So, okay, I've been talking long enough about this stuff. I'm just keeping on talking and talking, and let's move on. So, I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. Might be next week. We'll see. Again, as always, it just depends on how I feel like, if I'm gonna have time, and so on and so forth. Meow meow, where is meow meow? There. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Now let's see. Is anybody here for a raid? Is anybody here to join a raid? Because I might have a target. If not, I might just be raiding by myself, which is also fine, I guess. So, let me refresh over here. Yeah. Why are they streaming during these hours? Normally they're only streaming during the morning. So that's pretty unusual. But cool, because that gives me a chance to raid them. So we're going to raid. Also, let me jump over to their stream real quick. There we go. So, start raid. So we're going to raid Doig Swift. There are a couple of artists who are making amazing animations and general art, and they have this kind of like game going on for the stream themselves, where they have these avatars, these 3D avatars that they can control and move around with and stuff, and it's really cool. There's not enough time to explain how it works. You just gotta see for yourself. And they are just really lovely people, and their streams are very entertaining, and they're also really educational if you're an artist. So yeah, give them some love. I'm gonna see you next time. Also, if you wanna join this art prompt kind of thing, then join the Discord server. Links are down below. You can find everything over there. So that's it from me. See you next time.